Hey everyone, what's up?
Hey guys.
I'm doing a lower upper body today, and Cynthia was doing a lower body. This was filmed about 2 weeks before Cynthia's meet, so I'll give you some a time scale about when this was filmed. He got kind of backed up. This thing is going on, so we're really putting this video up. But if you look on the video, you're gonna see me benching very weird dumbbell-looking things. Those are actually called mass caps, and you can get them at setprsnow.com. I'll put a link in the description box below. But they're actually really cool because you get to customize your dumbbells to how heavy you want to go. So let's say your gym only has about 100-pound dumbbells max, or some gyms I've even seen 80. But you can actually make like a 60 or 80-pound dumbbell into a 200-pound dumbbell if you want, which just sounds pretty crazy, but it's possible. And so these I turned a 115-pound dumbbell, I believe. I mean, it's hard to say because some dumbbells in this gym are not numbered correctly. But I turned this 115-pound dumbbell into a 138-ish around. So I am getting
Oh,
stronger in my dumbbell pressing.
yeah, wasn't that a PR?
Yeah, I've been hitting PRs every week. So even on a deficit of macros and doing more cardio than I'm used to in off season, I'm still getting stronger, and my injury is not holding me back too much right now. I mean, I take a lot of time warming up and stretching and making sure that it doesn't cause me pain when I'm lifting. So I'm able to work out still, because we all have injuries, just getting through them. And well, actually we all have injuries, but when you do have injuries,
Most of us.
yeah, you're gonna have to find ways to get through it.
Okay, so I'm doing walkouts right here. And these really help with my positioning and the way I step back in my setup. And just to really work on bracing the weight. So I'm just holding it here for 25 seconds. And just really making sure that I'm tightening my abs and especially my glutes too. So in order to have a neutral back and make sure that my everything's tight, everything's good.
So yeah, what I was saying earlier about these dumbbells and these max caps is that you can actually use them for anything. So you can use dumbbell rows with them, or shoulder presses, whatever you want to use dumbbells with that you need extra weight on. So they're really useful.
You guys, what's actually really funny is that without these, what are they called again?
Max caps.
Yeah, those. Arnold was actually trying to lift the 130s in the gym, and we think that he was actually lifting the 140s because they're super heavy, huh, Arnold?
Yeah, we're not sure what it was, but their dumbbells in this gym are so weird. So that's why I give estimations of what my dumbbells are. I mean, I look at the weight and I can count the plates, but sometimes I'm not sure. But I'm really sure these are 138s or 140s, and I believe these are,
So like,
if not heavier.
I'm thinking the weights at our gym are really, really rusty, and I think that they're heavier than other weights in other gyms or anywhere else because I remember once we went to this other gym and me and Arnold were like, "Whoa, these weights are way lighter."
Yeah, it was a commercial gym that we went to. I hate commercial gyms, by the way. I feel you guys know what I'm talking about, all you other lifters out there. Yeah, commercial gyms suck. We hate them. But I'm talking about the thick dumbbells, hand handles, the barbells with no knurling on them,
Or the Hexon plates.
hexagon plates. Oh my gosh, this goes on.
But yeah,
Seriously.
even though this gym has rusty weights that are probably heavier than what weights should be at a gym, it still is a good gym because way better than all the other ones we have around us. But we don't have that many gyms around us, so we're kind of limited. But
We're like in the process thinking of changing gyms, but the problem is that the most nearest gym they want to go to is like 40 minutes away from us. So we're like not sure of what to do right now. So
yeah, it's good though. I mean, it's been working for us.
yeah, it's a decent gym. We just need more power racks.
Hmm.
We only have one power rack in this gym, and it's really annoying because I'm always having to kick people off if I need it, or they try and kick me off. So it's like really annoying, and it's always they kick me off always to do like barbell curls or what is it, shrugs, and I'm all like, you can do that anywhere. But yeah, it's kind of annoying, but we work with what we got.
Yeah, I feel like a hogger all the time because I'm like there the whole time. time just using that squat rack.
I know, like if they already know, like when Cynthia show up, that oh great, Weldons are here. They're gonna take over the whole squat rack.
And then after that, the deadlift area, which is right in front of the squat area. So
Yeah, not much of a deadlift area. It's just a little 3 foot radius we can work out. So it's kind of annoying. But yeah.
So yeah, about my meet, I don't know what happened there. Like, I was expecting to probably, if I was lucky, I would just like, I'm lucky if I'll just reach my original weight. Like, I wasn't even expecting to get PRs. Like everybody always says that you're gonna get a PR, and I was like, I'm just gonna be thankful if I like at least get what I usually have, my 1 rep max. And I actually got added on 45 pounds to my total, and that was really, I don't know what went on, cause like I'm not sure if it's because the weights here are heavier and my weight's not accurate.
It has to do also with the bars, because if you guys don't know by now,
Yeah.
there are different bars for different lifts, and so some bars will add more bend to the lift, so it makes it easier to go up. Either some bars are more stiff, it's gonna be harder to drive the weight up. Like in deadlifts, you want a more bar that has a lot of whip.
That is something else I wanted to bring up. Our bars do not have whip at all. So when I went to go deadlift at the meet,
Oh yeah.
I was trying to slack out on the bar before I lifted it, and I slacked out too much, and I slacked it early, and it just really threw me off balance. And I just like came up, and I was like thrown off balance because I was not used to the slack off. And so then I got used to it, and I went back in to go deadlift again, and I got used to it, and I was like, okay. So yeah, now I know what to expect, but also adrenaline had a lot to do with it. That's where I got added on pounds, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, adrenaline can have a lot to do with the way you lift. That's why it's something that's good just to train in a neutral environment or a neutral mood, because you don't want your adrenaline getting in the way of your lifts all the time, because of the fact that you're gonna get weird numbers. That's why it's always good. Some guys that like or girls like train to really heavy metal music or really crazy music before they lift, and sometimes that can be bad because you don't get so crazy for a lift, because you'll get almost your numbers up. So you want to stay in a neutral mood, neutral environment, so you're not like going crazy at one time and the next time you're say you're out of it, or you're not in the mood that day, and that's not you want to be consistent everywhere.
I was telling Arl that I'm like, guess what music I was listening to? I was all listening to classical study music, like just like it was like all peaceful and calming before I went to go deadlift, and then like when you're about to go deadlift, that's when you can listen to like get all like I don't know into it.
Yeah, one of the
but,
few
like I was
things,
just trying to calm myself down before.
One of the few things I tell Cynthia that's crazy about everything about like even sports when she used to do is that she has the ability to turn herself on and off like on the snap of a finger. Like she can turn on real fast. I think that's really valuable in an athlete, or someone that's gonna perform something very explosive at any given time. Because not everyone has that in them. Because not anyone can turn on just like that. Most people, they need like an external force to do that, but this is just crazy enough that she can turn on just like that and get into it, which I think is really cool. So to recap what Cynthia and I were saying is that if possible, find equipment that's similar to what's going to be at a powerlifting meet, so you won't be so confused when you're there. That because the bars are different. I mean, I'm sure Cynthia can tell you that they're completely different than what you're used to in most gyms. I mean, those cheap gym bars that most commercial gyms have, they're very different, huh, Cynthia? So if possible, find equipment that's similar, but if not, be prepared to change your numbers at a meet, because the numbers will be different, and you'll see that when you go up to lift. So don't be surprised if you fail an attempt because you weren't used to the weight there or the bars. It's very common. Luckily, Cynthia didn't have that problem, except for the deadlift, the first attempt.
I was off balance also.
Yeah. All right, guys. Sometimes when you're doing these, You don't want to have your thumb over the bar. Sometimes like, it kind of helps your thumb over the, so you're like this instead. So you pull like that instead of like this. So you pull like this, you feel more back. Doing this way, you feel more, seem like shoulders and biceps. Just a little tip.
Okay, so after my walkouts, I did 2-rep squats for 8 sets. I was doing these for quite a while. And these really help after walkouts because I imagine the ending point of my squat at the top, standing tight. And it really helps me just to get to like point A to point B.
Here I'm doing my face pulls. If you guys see my other videos, you know I'm always doing these now. I really put a lot of effort in doing these because I feel like they help bring my pressing up tremendously. Because if you don't train rear delts, you're going to have some serious shoulder issues and shoulder problems. So it's very important to train these. I mean, there are various ways you can train them. You don't have to do face pulls. You can do other variations. You can do these with the one arm cable staying up, and you can abduct to the side. That's kind of hard to explain on words, but it's sort of similar to doing rear delt movements with dumbbells. Only reason I don't like using dumbbells because of the fact that gravity takes over most of it. Instead of having cables, you have constant tension all the time. And it's just a lot better in that motion because you're not bent over and there's always constant tension beyond the rear delts. So if you have not tried face pulls, you should definitely try them. So when you're doing these, make sure that you're pulling in a plane that it's affecting your rear delts the most. So if you're pulling higher and you feel a lot in your traps and not your rear delts, then you might want to put it lower. Or if you're pulling it lower, probably pull it higher to feel the rear delts. So it's all gonna depend on. Right here, I'm pulling from a lower angle, so I'm pulling a little higher. So if you're like on a higher cable, you might bring it a little lower. So it all depends on your biomechanics. But I find it best like right where my nose is from with this angle. And you want to make sure that you're pulling only with the rear delts and not so much with the traps. So that's why it's kind of important to go to lower weight and really try to focus on hitting the rear delt.
So you would go higher or lower depending on your biomechanics on where you feel it more?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the movements that have to do with machines or cable is going to rely on your biomechanics. That's why I always say if a machine doesn't feel good to you, then you probably shouldn't be doing it because you're probably going to end up hurting you in the long run. Here I'm doing some arm work. Right now I'm just doing 3 sets of these. So I'll have my hypertrophy day, I'll do 3 sets of 10 and 12 reps. And then my power day, I'll have 3 sets to 4 to 6 reps. I'll usually always stay in the 6 rep range just because I don't like going too low. Because I feel like that's probably too much pressure on my elbows. So when doing those, you want to make sure that you have your elbows to the side. And when you come up, you're not just throwing the weight back up, you're controlling the weight on the way up. And when you bring it down, you want to forcefully bring it down and make sure that you flare your hands out and not so much using momentum. So you want to actually control with the triceps. I see a lot of guys in the gym when they do these, they just throw the weight as fast as they can and not really, feeling the tricep. They're just, and also you don't want to make your shoulders internally rotate as well. So make sure the shoulders are back when you're doing these. So you'll see if you pull down, I pull down very fast and I come back controlled and not too slow, but it's controlled. So it's a good tempo. And see how my hands come out. I'll make sure those hands come out like that. You're not just bringing the weight down. You're making sure your hands flare out that way. And you can do this with single arm or 2 arm. I usually do 2 arm on my power day and I'll do single on my hypertrophy day. And the same thing with bicep curls. I'll do a hypertrophy day of 10 to 12 reps. I'll do a power day of 4 to 6. And this is what I've always been doing since like 2 years ago, and it's been working very well so far. one of the biggest things I've attributed to my arms and pretty much everything in my body was just having good form and everything. So if you don't have good form, you're not going to have a good base on where to build from. So when you do these, you want to make sure you're supinate. That's what my hands are doing. And come down controlled. So you're not just throwing the weight up.
Okay, so right here I was just doing deadlifts for 1 rep, and then I waited a minute, and then I went back in and did another 1 rep, and I did this for 5 sets. Or yeah, that is what I did. I was warming up right there. Another thing, guys, like when you're doing stuff like bicep curls or any of that kind of stuff, like you don't need to do nothing fancy or like some kind of like, I don't know, explain it. Like I see a whole bunch of fancy like made up ways of lifting. Like just stick to the basics and
Just not to make it complicated, guys. I know it's one thing that Jeff Alberts preaches all the time is keep things basic and simple. You don't need to complicate things. You know, it just takes a lot of time. This stuff takes a lot of time. Years and years of training, consistency in and outside the gym is going to get you results. You're not going to get results by doing, you know, upside down, you know, trying to do curls and your arms are going to fall off. There's no need, you don't need to go all crazy. You know, it takes a long time. So there's no secret formula or crazy thing you're going to do in the gym to get those results. So be patient. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the Facebook page, which the link description box below. And I said that wrong. Who cares? Links in below. Okay, and go to setprsnow.com if you want to get those dumbbells, mass caps, which are really good. All right, guys. See you later.
bye.
Out.